Jeffrey Epstein was a wealthy financier who built relationships with some of the most powerful people in the world, presenting himself as a well-connected investor and philanthropist. Behind that image was a long pattern of sexual abuse involving underage girls. In 2008, Epstein pleaded guilty to soliciting prostitution from a minor, but avoided federal charges through a controversial plea deal. Despite this conviction, he continued to move within elite political, business, academic, and royal circles. In 2019, he was arrested again on federal sex trafficking charges, but died in jail before his case went to trial. In the years since, thousands of pages of emails, photos, and court records commonly referred to as the Epstein files have been released, offering a clearer look at the people Epstein associated with and how close he remained to power. Legal disclaimer: appearance in these documents does not imply guilt, and many individuals named have denied any wrongdoing. In this video, we're examining 10 of the most influential people mentioned in the Epstein files, ranked by power and global influence, not by accusation, looking at who they are and what the records show. Number 10. Brett Ratner. Brett Ratner, a prominent Hollywood director and producer, rose to fame in the late 1990s and early 2000s. He directed commercially successful franchises, including Rush Hour, Red Dragon, and X-Men: The Last Stand. At the height of his career, Ratner had direct access to studio executives, financiers, and high-profile actors, making him a central figure in Hollywood's power structure. Beyond filmmaking, Ratner was known for hosting elite social gatherings that blended entertainment, business, and celebrity culture, the same type of environment where Epstein often positioned himself. In the files, photographs show Ratner seated beside Jeffrey Epstein with two unidentified women. The photos are undated, and no contextual information is provided regarding the setting or purpose of the gathering. There are no criminal allegations attached to Ratner in the documents. However, the images are notable because they visually demonstrate Epstein's continued access to influential figures in the entertainment industry, even as rumors about his behavior circulated privately among elites years before his public disgrace. Number 9. Peter Attia. Peter Attia is a physician, author, and public figure known for his work on longevity, metabolic health, and performance optimization. Through podcasts, books, and media appearances, Attia has influenced corporate leaders, investors, and policymakers interested in extending human lifespan and productivity. His audience includes high-net-worth individuals and executives, placing him squarely within elite professional networks. In the files, hundreds of emails exchanged between Attia and Epstein over several years. These messages include jokes, casual banter, and personal discussions, many occurring after Epstein's 2008 conviction for soliciting sex from a minor. Some emails reference media coverage of Epstein and discuss how Epstein was being portrayed publicly. The tone of the correspondence suggests familiarity and comfort rather than distance. Attia has denied any involvement in criminal activity and states he never visited Epstein's island or traveled on his plane. While no crime is alleged, the volume and timing of the correspondence illustrate how Epstein maintained professional credibility even after his conviction. Number 8. Steve Tisch. Steve Tisch is a billionaire businessman, film producer, and co-owner of the New York Giants, one of the most valuable franchises in American sports. His influence extends across professional athletics, media, and entertainment financing. As both a sports executive and Hollywood producer, Tisch occupied spaces where wealth, celebrity, and power overlapped the same environments Epstein actively cultivated. In the files, emails show Tisch asking Epstein about a woman he had met at Epstein's home, specifically questioning whether she was a professional escort or a civilian. In other exchanges, Epstein suggested he had a present for Tisch, describing a woman he intended to introduce to him using language focused on her appearance and background. Tisch has stated that he declined Epstein's invitations and never visited Epstein's private island. The documents do not accuse Tisch of criminal behavior, but the exchanges demonstrate Epstein's role as a social broker who used access to women as currency among elite men. Number 7. Richard Branson. Sir Richard Branson is the founder of the Virgin Group and one of the most recognizable entrepreneurs in the world. His businesses span aviation, telecommunications, tourism, media, and space exploration. Branson has also positioned himself as a philanthropist and global thought leader. His reputation as an unconventional billionaire gave him credibility across political, corporate, and nonprofit spheres. In the files, email correspondence from 2013 inches which Epstein thanks Branson for hospitality and public relations advice. Branson responded warmly, saying it was nice to see Epstein and jokingly adding, "As long as you bring your harem." Virgin Group later clarified that the term referred to adult members of Epstein's staff. Importantly, the company stated that after internal due diligence revealed serious allegations, Branson rejected Epstein-linked donations and cut off further contact. The emails show how Epstein sought legitimacy through respected global business figures even as his criminal history was publicly known. Number 6. Sarah Ferguson. Sarah Ferguson, Duchess of York, is a former member of the British royal family and the ex-wife of Prince Andrew. Though divorced, she remained closely connected to royal circles and retained public visibility through charity work and media appearances. Her association with Epstein further highlights his proximity to aristocratic and royal networks. In the files, emails attributed to Epstein reference Ferguson in warm, affectionate terms. In one exchange, she requests a meeting for tea and refers to Epstein as a spectacular and special friend, expressing admiration and loyalty even while he was under house arrest. Another email includes the line, "I think Fergie can now say, I am not a pedo," suggesting reputational concern. The documents do not allege criminal wrongdoing, but they illustrate Epstein's continued acceptance within elite social circles tied to royalty even after his conviction. Number 5. Ehud Barak. Ehud Barak is a former Prime Minister of Israel and one of the country's most prominent military and political figures. He previously served as Israel's defense minister and chief of staff, giving him deep involvement in intelligence and security matters. Barak's career placed him among global decision-makers in defense and geopolitics. In the files, Barak maintained contact with Epstein after Epstein's 2008 conviction. Emails reference travel plans and arrangements for Barak to stay at Epstein's New York residence as late as 2017. Barak has acknowledged the relationship, stating he met Epstein through philanthropic and academic circles. He denies any knowledge of criminal activity. The significance lies not in allegations, but in the continued access Epstein had to high-ranking international political figures long after his crimes were known. Number 4. Bill Gates. Bill Gates is the co-founder of Microsoft and one of the most influential private citizens in modern history. Through philanthropy, Gates has shaped global health initiatives, vaccine distribution, education policy, and international development. Governments and institutions worldwide engage directly with Gates-led initiatives. In the files, disputed emails written as if drafted by Epstein that reference Gates in disturbing language. It remains unclear whether these emails were ever sent or are authentic. What is confirmed is that Gates met Epstein multiple times after Epstein's conviction. Gates' spokesperson has categorically denied the claims in the emails, calling them false. The documents highlight Epstein's strategic targeting of philanthropic power using scientific and charitable causes to regain legitimacy. Number 3. Larry Summers. Larry Summers is a former U.S. Treasury Secretary, president of Harvard University, and senior economic advisor to multiple presidents. He has played a central role in shaping global financial systems, trade policy, and crisis responses. Few individuals outside elected office have held comparable economic influence. In the files, emails show Summers communicating with Epstein years after Epstein's conviction, including political commentary and social exchanges. After previous document releases, Summers publicly acknowledged that maintaining contact was a serious mistake. He resigned from several advisory roles, stating he accepted responsibility for his poor judgment. The files illustrate how Epstein embedded himself within elite academic and financial networks despite widespread awareness of his criminal past. Number 2. Donald Trump. Number 2. The big man himself, Donald Trump, real estate developer, media personality, and the 45th and 47th President of the United States. His political influence reshaped American governance, global diplomacy, and media culture. Trump and Epstein socialized in overlapping circles during the 1990s. In the files, Trump is mentioned hundreds of times, including within unverified tips submitted to an FBI hotline. many entries lack corroborating evidence. Trump has denied wrongdoing, stated he severed ties with Epstein years before Epstein's arrest, and has not been accused of crimes by Epstein's victims. His inclusion reflects Epstein's access to powerful social circles rather than established criminal conduct. Number 1. Bill Clinton. Number 1. Bill Clinton, the 42nd President of the United States and a dominant political figure of the post-Cold War era. Even after leaving office, Clinton remained influential through diplomacy, philanthropy, and global initiatives. Few individuals wield comparable international recognition. In the files, photographs of Clinton with Epstein during the 1990s and early 2000s, as well as references to social interactions prior to Epstein's first arrest. Clinton has acknowledged knowing Epstein, provided sworn testimony, and publicly called for the full release of Epstein-related records. He denies any wrongdoing. His presence in the files underscores Epstein's proximity to the highest levels of global political power. The Epstein files do not determine guilt. They document access, proximity, and influence. They reveal how a convicted sex offender navigated elite institutions, business, politics, academia, royalty, and media, often without consequence. The central issue is not just who appears in these files, but how systems of power failed to protect victims and allowed abuse to persist behind prestige. That is the real story the documents tell.